Tony Visconti, The Autobiography of BOWIE, BOLAN, and the Brooklyn Boy. Well, that's not. It's the autobiography of Tony Visconti. So I read the first part wrong because I'm too excited. Yeah, I get excited. Take a deep breath, Bob. Let's start over. All right. Forget about the first part. The Visconti style is timeless. Yes. He's a producer. He goes over to England in the 60s. Yeah. It's a very good book. It tells all kinds of stories about David Bowie. You know, Tyrannosaurus Rex, which turned into T-Rex, which is a short form of Tyrannosaurus Rex. So, I read this book this week. I thought it was very well written, a very interesting story, especially about the late 60s and 70s and 80s and all the groups that he produced and stuff like that, right? And he even was married to, what's her name, Mary Hopkins, and had a couple of kids together. Because it takes two people, well, yeah, I guess two people to have two kids together. I think it does. I remember having two kids with my wife, so. Anyway, quit beeping, you're bothering me. Yeah, this is the book I read this week. Actually, this book belongs to my buddy Rick. He got it over in England. As you can see, the price. I think he got it over in England. I don't know whether it was for Christmas or his birthday or his sister's got it for it. Anyway, I don't remember. But he let me borrow it. He has books too. He reads a lot too. So he told me about this one. I said, yeah, I want to read that. So I read it. So if you people are interested in record collectors and want to know some of the stories behind things, you can read this book. It's very interesting. So, you know, in Boomtown Rats, he produced them. He produced a whole bunch of people. There's so many people to, you know, talk about in this book. So it's a very interesting. I don't want to make this video too long. So it's just a thought. This is the book that I read this week. I liked it. I thought it was very interesting. I know some of these videos are boring, but this is what I read this week, I should say. And I recommend it if any of you people that collect records or want to know how things were put together in the time period. He was married to, like I said, Mary Hopkins, and she she was making albums, but at the time she didn't want to go out and tour, like, you know, to tour with the albums. And the people that she was going to make albums with said no. You know, the companies, right? You know, sign her up and stuff. She didn't want to go on the road, so that's another little story in here. They don't want you if you don't want to go out on the road and, you know, say, hey, look, people, I got a new album. So anyway, he was with her for 10 years, you know, so. And he was always on the road and traveling around and never home and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, anyway, that's the story. This is, I think he worked with David Bowie for 11 albums or something like that. But, yeah, very interesting. Thin Lizzy was here too. He was on here and Morrissey and YouTube. Yeah, there was all kinds of them. But there you go. That's the book I read this week. The Autobiography of Tony Visconti. There you go. Short, sweet. Later, people.